over Cork, at every hour of the day, you can hear the sound of the Bells of Shandon. From every corner of the city you can see the golden fish perched over one of the four black faces of Shandon's clock, Cork's four-faced lyre. From the Catholic North Chapel, only a stone's throw from Shandon on the north side of the Lee, to St Finbarr's Cathedral on the south side, the presence of the bells is an essential part of the life of Cork City and of its people. Shandon is situated in one of the oldest parts of the city, across the road from the old Butter Exchange, formerly the site of Shandon Castle, headquarters of the Parliament of Munster. In its two cemeteries lie the remains of generations of Corkmen, amongst them the man whose nostalgia for his birthplace, combined with his gift for poetry, brought fame and renown to his native Shandon, Fr Mahony, better known by his pen name of Fr Prout, the man who wrote the Bells of Shandon. Below Shandon's steeple, the city of Cork spreads from the old narrow streets clustered around the chapel entrance to the sprawling suburbs of Goronabrower and Churchfield, high on a hill to the west. On the east side of the church is Skiddy's home, once the charitable Greencoat School, home of Bob and Joan, two figures of lead who flanked its gates, and who now stand in the west window of the clock tower of Shandon. On the same floor are the bell ropes on which visitors, guided by caretaker Bob Searls, can play any tune from the Derriere to the Bells of Shandon itself. For the past 18 years, Canon Salter has been rector of Shandon.
The present building is dated 1722, but of course there have been churches here way back into the 12th century, of which we have a record of 1199. And my contention is it's possible there were churches here since the early Christian foundation of the 6th century.
Well, what makes you think that?
Well, the ancient name of Shandon has a long established connection in Irish history.
So there would have been a kind of a settlement here,
There would have been a settlement. Cork was undoubtedly a place where there were little settlements on the riverbank.
Ah, I see, yeah. To get back to the 20th century for a minute, this place is in need of renovation. Now, you're looking for £50,000. It looks fairly okay from the outside to the passer-by, but what exactly needs to be done?
Well, it has weathered well in 250 years, and the thing is that we would like it to be here in 250 years' time so that future generation will enjoy it, and probably, I would say, at least 1,000 years.
That long?
I would think so.
Well, now, what exactly needs to be done to it?
It's a major question of renewing stonework where it is deficient and looking after pointing and weathering generally in the tower and in the church area.
Could you describe the inner part of the church?
The actual stained glass windows are of particular interest because there are two magnificent windows of the Good Samaritan and the Raising of Lazarus from Mayer, Munich, and there is also the fine window of the Transfiguration in the East End, which is from Watson of Youghal. We also have a modern window from the Harry Clark Studios of Dublin, which depicts St. Luke's the Physician. Then, of course, in the church itself, there is the ancient font of 1629, which is from the church which was destroyed in the Williamite attack in Cork and has been preserved. Within it is a pewter bowl, again unique, of 1772, dated at the time when Arthur Hyde was the rector of this parish, who was a national connection with the first president of Ireland. And then also, of course, the memorials in this church tell history itself, because you have memorials to people who were, for example, the first bankers in Cork, the Leicester family, who resided at Ennismore. You have, for example, the memorial to Hargrave, who was the man who designed Patrick's Bridge. You have a memorial to the Downes family, members of whom died in all parts of the world. And then you have a memorial at the end of the church, which is rather interesting, to George Barton, who was one time curate and died in 1832 as a result of the cholera. This was the first time when the population in our country showed a tragic decline. It was followed, of course, by the famine of 1847. The organ itself, the present one, was rebuilt in 1901 and rebuilt again in 1968. It's an organ on which the first lady doctor of music in the world played, Dr. Annie Patterson.
If Shandon's bells are to ring and its clock to tell the time, then it must be kept in working order. For the last 45 years, Bill Kitteringham, like his father before him, has been coming up these stairs every 3 days to wind the huge mechanism which keeps the clock in motion. It's a strenuous job involving 45 minutes of constant winding to ensure that the giant pendulum will keep swinging until his next visit.